we'll start with this. Alien Romulus ends Deadpool and Wolverine's 3-week box office reign with 41.5 million debut. And again, Disney beat Disney. That's what we're looking at right now. Okay, so Disney, they always bounce back. You want them to freaking die a painful, slow death, but they always bounce back, right? And that's what Disney's doing. You know, my sister-in-law, she's been invested in Disney for probably 20 years now. And it's like Wolf of Wall Street. It's a woozy, it's a wazi. Her stock, it goes up and down and up and down and up and down. And that's what it does. Looking back through history, they've had flops, but then they always bounce back, right? I don't think Disney's ever going to die a slow, painful death. I think they're always going to bounce back. And it sounds like I'm Team Disney. I'm not. I'm just speaking the facts. You know, that's human nature. It just happens. That's how the business goes, okay? It's business nature, damn it. All right. Alien Romulus ends Deadpool and Wolverine's 3-week box office reign with 41.5 million. And I can tell you right now, I read up, it made 108 worldwide already. So that is, now I don't think it has the record for the franchise for opening weekend. I think that's still Prometheus, but let's read a little bit of this. Alien Romulus ripped into the domestic box office with 41.5 million, marking the second highest start in the long-running Alien franchise. Those ticket sales were enough for the newest chapter in Disney and 20th century's sci-fi horror saga to end the 3-week reign of Deadpool and Wolverine, which just overtook Joker as the highest-grossing R-rated movie in history with 1.14 billion. Insane. Man, Deadpool and Wolverine, it was like the feel-good movie of the year, right? We all had a blast. These achievements are capping off Disney's stellar summer streak, which ignited with Kingdom of Planet of the Apes, May's highest-grossing movie, and continued through Inside Out 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine. The studio earlier this month became the first of 2024 to surpass 3 billion in worldwide ticket sales and should continue to pad that total with Moana 2 and Mufasa, the Lion King. I don't think we need another Lion King movie, but what do I know? Okay. You know why they keep making these movies, guys? Because we keep having kids. That's why, right? These Lion King, you know, these remakes of the animated movies. Yeah, it's because we keep having kids, right? Alien Romulus collected 66.7 million at the international box office for a. There's Nikki Glazer. For a global start of 108 million, the R-rated movie has been well received by critics and holds a 82% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes. So I don't think I need to read any more. Let's go back over here. But I tell you, man, this is a 45-year-old franchise, right? Is that right? Because the first one came out in 79. So yeah, 45 years the Alien franchise has been going. And let's recap. You got Alien, big hit. Aliens, big hit. Alien 3, kind of a flop. Alien Resurrection, kind of a flop. But then they come back with the AVP movies, and I believe the first one was actually a hit, AVP. You know, and then I think it came back with Prometheus. Prometheus was a big hit. Matter of fact, Prometheus holds the record for the highest opening weekend. Now, if you put inflation in there, if you factor that in, then it's probably going to be one of the first two movies. But yeah, man, it's you know, there are some franchises that they start strong, and you know they can make so many of them, and then they just kind of slowly taper down, right? Alien is one of those weird franchises that it'll have a movie that's a big hit, and then the next movie can be not so big, and then they'll wait like a few years, 7 years, 8 years, something like that, and then they'll come back strong, because it's like, I think the Alien franchise, it constantly finds new audiences. I think that's what it is. The Xenomorph still to this day is one of the most unique creatures in cinema. You know, and there's just so many different qualities about the Xenomorph. It is really freaky looking because of Giger, but also there are like sexual undertones to it, you know, and they've stated this in like documentaries. It's a creature to be studied, okay, and I think it's smart when you don't see too much of the xenomorph. And, that's one of the comments, the complaints that I saw about Alien Romulus. But this is nothing new. I think a lot of the movies, they keep the xenomorphs in the shadows. You don't see them as much. And I think if you saw too much of the xeno, it would kind of take something away. And again, not spoiling anything, but I'll just say when they finally did show the xeno in Alien Romulus, oh my God, I was like literally, I was getting vocal. All right, I was like, oh my God, here we go, and it looked amazing. That might have been the coolest looking xeno ever filmed. Fede Alvarez, man, he just has a way of framing a scene, just right, and it looked amazing. It looked amazing. So I was fist pumping. It was awesome, and that's because I had to wait a good long while. They didn't break open the movie with a xeno, right? Fede Alvarez explains why Alien Romulus was originally going direct to Hulu. Okay, and I've always been curious about this. All right, why? Because originally, if you remember, this movie was going to Hulu. It just because they did that with Prey, and I think that's probably the reason. But I think I'm gonna guess right now, okay? And I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong, but I'm thinking maybe the success of Prey, it was pretty well received. That maybe they thought, hey, let's try. We're doing an Alien movie now. Let's try putting it in the theater. All right, so that's my guess. Let's see. I'm probably way off, but let's read. Okay. The first film in the Predator franchise in the wake of Disney taking over 20th Century Fox, Prey went direct to Hulu back in 2022, but the Alien franchise's first film under the Disney umbrella is getting a big theatrical release this weekend. But that wasn't always the case. As you may recall, Alien Romulus was originally announced as a Hulu movie, and director Fede Alvarez explains what changed and when it changed in a new chat with Variety. It was because in 2021 that Alien Romulus was planning a Hulu debut, which Alvarez says was a reaction to theaters being completely gone at the time, deep in the heart of the pandemic. Okay, that makes sense. That decision was not made at the point where theaters were healthy. Alvarez explains to Variety, but it was always going to be an ambitious movie for a streaming platform. Now that makes more sense than what I said. He continues, I remember making an announcement to everybody that this movie was going to theaters, and there was a big cheer. I was like, wow, even the gaffer cares that this goes into theaters. The pivot to theatrical for Alien Romulus looks to have been a smart one on the part of 20th Century Studios, as the film opened to $6.5 million on Thursday night previews last night. So yeah, I don't think I need to read any more of that either. I didn't even have there was the news story, but I didn't have it up. If I clip this out, I'll put it over there. Okay, I'll get to editing with it. All right. So yeah. So I thought it might have had something to do with the reception of Prey, but I guess not. It's an exciting time for an Alien fan, though, right, guys? I don't know what else I could say. What's up, guys? You are at the end of the DD Live clip. What I do is I like to clip these out if I think the topic is important or something that's newsworthy. So thank you for watching, and if you want to watch more, you can go over here. You can go over here, click on one of those, and hopefully I can do this for 20 seconds, which I think I did. Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching, guys.